Right guys, so with isolation being relaxed slightly, I thought that I would get outside for our session today. So we're going to continue with our power and speed theme for the week, but we're going to get outside, do some warm-ups, get some accentuated, eccentric, plyometric based training, okay, and finish off with some different sprints, okay? So get yourself outside and let's get ready to go. So first we need to start our warm-up, okay, so we are going to be doing a series of different exercises. You want about a 10 meter strip to be able to perform this in, going through these various exercises that I'm doing. You want to do about 2 or 3 lengths per exercise, and as you can see they are variations of high knees, heel flicks, skips, okay, but the one thing that they've all got in common is that we're getting nice high knees and we're attacking the floor, okay, so every time my foot goes towards the floor, it's hitting the floor hard. So we're really trying to prime those muscles for sprinting, because that's how we go as fast as we can, is by attacking the floor as we put our legs down and then being able to drive our legs up through. Okay, we're going to start to finish these off now just with some controlled jumps, and I like to do mine sort of laterally just to warm up the thighs for different sprint maneuvers. And afterwards you probably want to finish off with some dynamics. Okay, so I've just got some hamstring kicks, and I also go into some alternating side lunges, again just to warm up those upper thighs, hamstrings and quads. But if you've got tight calves, okay, lower backs, then feel free to add any more dynamic movements of your own choice to those. So once you're nice and warm, you've got the heart rate going, your legs are feeling good, we're going to move into our accentuated, eccentric, explosive plyometric work. Okay, so a bit of a mouthful there. So remember, the idea being, we did this earlier in the week, we go down nice and slowly, okay, then we explode out. Okay, before we did it with weights, but this time we did it with jumps. So as you can see, as we go down here, we're sitting down slowly and explode out into a jump, and I've got different variations. Okay, so we're going down nice and slowly, take a seat, explode out into a tuck jump. Okay, you're looking at 3 to 5 reps per exercise that we do, and I go through a series of approximately 5 different ones. Okay, so I've got ones where I lower and sit down and they explode out to a jump or to a tuck jump. I've got also single leg versions of that, where we do I think this one now, where I do a slow controlled pistol squat to a seat to a single leg jump. Okay, so that's that transition from going nice and slow and controlled into an explosive move. Move on to some box jumps. Okay, so again I'm going down nice and slowly and then exploding up with an extra tuck jump on top, just to get that body used to exploding from a controlled and from a fast contraction. Again, you can progress these to single legs if you want to. Okay, if you've got a slightly lower box, so you can go out with one leg to the other. I'm looking at 3 to 5 reps of about 3 sets of these. Okay, here's some of the single leg ones that we were talking about. Okay, so I just take on a side angle here. Okay, so I squat down nice and slowly, come up and then jump to jump. Okay, nice slow single leg squat, back up, control, jump, jump. Okay, so just under control, down, under control, up, jump, jump. Just some contrasting contractions. Again, 3 to 5 on each leg, and about 3 sets of that. So I go into a controlled reverse lunge. into a single leg jump to jump. Just really emphasizing being slow and then transitioning into a nice fast movement there. So all this is going to help your power and your speed. Three on each leg, 3 sets of that before we move on to our next exercise. Which is very similar. Okay, we go into a controlled lunge, into explosive move, and then into 3 explosive high knees. Okay, so really transitioning from that explosiveness into our running style. Notice that we're not wobbling there, we're in nice control. So we go down, nice and controlled, slowly, and we explode up, 1, 2, 3. 3 to 5 on each leg, 3 sets. Again, you should be really taking, you should work your left leg, then your right leg, then maybe a 60-second rest before moving on to your second set. So a minute rest between sets. Once you've done your 3 sets, again, a minute rest, then move on to your next exercise. So we move into a single leg Romanian deadlift. Nice and controlled, into the jump, into the 3-step. So really focus on our hamstrings here, and then our leg drive, our knee drive, with 3 steps at the end. Just transitioning that move from a contraction into our running style. Okay, so the next exercise that I've got here is a controlled lunge into running man jump. So nice and controlled on the way down, get to the bottom, jump in that running technique, land low, and then come up slowly again. So down slow, jump, run, land, back up. We're looking at 3 to 5 for each leg, a minute rest, and then repeat that for a further 2 more sets. So you're doing 3 in total. Okay, so now we're going to be going into like a step up after a controlled step down. So you go down, get in control, then explode up nice and high. Okay, so 3 to 5 on each leg. And then we can move into our next exercise, which is a controlled pistol squat into explosive movement there. So down, in control, and explode up. 3 on each leg, 3 sets in total. Okay, and that should give us a nice base to finish off our sprints. So what I'm doing here is I do 3 to 4 explosive jumps before I hit an incline. The first sprint I do is for about 30 meters with a walk back recovery. I then hit my 3 jumps again. I mix up the type of jumps that I do. It might be a squat jump, it could be a tuck jump, it could be an alternating lunge, it could be knees to feet before I run. Okay, I normally do 30 meters with a walk back recovery, sprint 25 meters of a walk back recovery, sprint 50 meters of a walk back recovery, and then I give myself a minute rest. And I do that 5 times. So here's my alternate lunge jump, to sprint, and this time sprinting into 25 meters. Now again, remember, this is maximal work now, so we're really trying to get that knee drive that we were practicing in our jumps, as well as attacking the floor with your feet. So your feet should be hitting the floor, and you should hear a bang as your foot goes down. You shouldn't really be waiting for the floor to come to your foot. You should be actively driving your leg like pistons towards the floor to explode your movement forwards. So 3 tuck jumps now into a 15-meter sprint. Okay, you see I'm getting tired now. My knee drive's not as good. Okay, I'm starting to get a bit wobbly side to side with my arms, so you get tired. So that's what one of the reasons why we do our controlled element before, just to get the body used to doing those contractions and staying nice and controlled. So if you haven't got a hill near you that you can do any sprints on, remember you can add resistance in different ways. You can add sort of weight of about 10% of your body. So if you fill your rucksacks up, or if you have a 5 kilogram-ish weight plate or dumbbell that you can run with, obviously you can't swing your arms then, okay, but you can still get that same leg drive. If you can also have, if you've got your bands, you can have a band around your waist with somebody holding that band, just to give you an extra bit of restraint there. And of course, when the beach is open again, you can run on the sand. Okay, all that adds resistance as a hill would, and it just makes you work slightly bit harder than if you were just sprinting on a normal flat surface with no extra weight or resistance. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the session. Keep your eyes peeled for the new ones coming soon, and stay healthy. See you soon.